NASA making a historic announcement today that the Voyager probe has entered interstellar space, that place between the stars. It's now out beyond the sun's heliosphere.
The silence of interstellar space was broken once again when NASA's Voyager spacecraft, hurtling through the void over 15 billion miles from Earth, detected something unexpected, something moving. It wasn't a planet, nor was it one of the many comets or asteroids that silently drift in the outer reaches of the solar system. The data streamed back to Earth carried the whisper of motion from a region believed to be largely inert, a place where only scattered particles and the occasional cosmic ray stir. The anomaly was subtle, elusive, yet undeniably real. Voyager, a sentinel of humanity's ambition launched in 1977, had picked up something that challenged assumptions about what exists in the space between stars. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. Voyager's instruments, though aged, remain precise, especially its plasma wave subsystem and magnetometer. These tools are sensitive to changes in the density of charged particles and magnetic fluctuations. The first clues came when Voyager detected an unusual surge in plasma density, spikes far stronger and more concentrated than what is typical of the interstellar medium. These were not random noise or equipment glitches. The spacecraft's systems had experienced countless cosmic encounters and calibrations, and mission control knew how to separate anomalies from artifacts. What they observed this time was a clear signature of motion, an object, perhaps a structure, passing near enough to disturb the field but too fast or too dark to be visually captured by the few functioning cameras. The implications were immediate and far-reaching. Movement in deep space isn't common. Away from the pull of stars and planets, most objects follow predictable paths shaped by gravity. Something moving out there, in a region where even the sun's influence has grown faint, suggested either a rogue object or something propelled, something not entirely natural. The anomaly exhibited a velocity that defied expectations. It wasn't tumbling slowly like a lifeless hunk of rock. Instead, it sliced through space with a trajectory too linear and too purposeful to ignore. Scientists poring over the data began to consider the object's interaction with the interstellar medium. It wasn't just pushing through, it was displacing and compressing the plasma ahead of it, creating a measurable wave pattern. This effect is akin to a bow wave on water, suggesting that the object wasn't just moving, it was moving fast, and with enough mass or energy to shape its environment. The consistency of the readings across Voyager's instruments reinforced the possibility of a solid body, rather than a plasma cloud or magnetic disturbance. As word of the detection spread through the scientific community, theories surfaced rapidly. Could it be a previously undiscovered interstellar object akin to the now famous Oumuamua, but moving deeper in space? That was the most immediate possibility. Yet the timing and profile of the movement didn't match what would be expected of a natural interstellar wanderer. The trajectory appeared too aligned with a specific direction, possibly even responding subtly to local fields as if adjusting its course. That nuance opened up a far more provocative idea. Artificiality, not necessarily intelligent, but constructed, designed to move in ways that nature rarely does. Voyager had already stunned the world decades ago with its grand tour of the outer planets. Its golden record carries greetings and culture from Earth, destined for any distant intelligence that might one day find it. But now, the spacecraft that was intended as a passive envoy to the stars had become an observer of something enigmatic and active. The moving anomaly suggested a dynamic environment far beyond the heliopause, the boundary where the solar wind yields to the interstellar medium. Most models had predicted relative quiet in this region, a stable buffer zone with little change beyond background radiation and sparse ion flow. This detection shattered that assumption. Voyager's ability to track the motion of the object was limited by its orientation and power constraints. However, its readings were unmistakable. A gravitational tug here, a sudden localized increase in charged particles there. Each piece of data painted the outline of something real and kinetic. The lack of visual confirmation didn't negate the presence. After all, deep space is pitch black, and anything without its own light or sufficient reflection would remain invisible to even the most sensitive instruments. But invisibility doesn't mean insignificance. The mere fact that something was able to disturb space itself and be detected across billions of miles underscored its scale and potency. Further analysis of the object's path indicated a velocity far exceeding that of typical interstellar debris. It wasn't accelerating, but neither was it slowing in any way consistent with passive movement through drag or gravitational influence. It maintained an eerily constant speed. That kind of sustained velocity raised the prospect of propulsion, even if primitive. Some hypothesized a chunk of material ejected at high velocity from a supernova or black hole interaction, but the energy required for such ejection would leave signatures, none of which were present. The object's arrival was silent, save for the telltale signs it stirred into space. This wasn't the first time Voyager had detected oddities. In the past, it had measured unexpected changes in cosmic ray intensities, hinted at unusual densities in distant regions, and even observed the echo of ancient solar storms. But this was different. This was motion, directional, impactful, and repeatable. The object moved through space like it had a destination or a pattern, creating disturbances at regular intervals. The plasma data showed pulses that lined up perfectly with the assumed trajectory, like ripples from a stone skipping across water. Each one grew fainter as the object moved on, but they didn't dissipate entirely. They lingered, suggesting that the structure or substance of the object was exotic, perhaps denser or more magnetically active than any known material. Back on Earth, mission scientists began running simulations to try and model what kind of body could create such a signature. Size estimates ranged from a small moon to something the size of a large asteroid, but the shape was anyone's guess. An elongated form could explain the consistency of the plasma waves, much like a needle parting a sea. If the object was rotating, it did so without significant wobble, further supporting the theory of an engineered origin. Natural objects rarely rotate with such stability unless they've been shaped over millennia by gravitational interactions. But this thing was in deep space, far from such forces, and its balance suggested precision. What intrigued researchers even more was how long the disturbance lasted. Unlike a comet passing quickly or an asteroid on a hyperbolic path, this anomaly lingered in the sensor range longer than anticipated. Its effects didn't trail off immediately. The surrounding space remained agitated, like aftershocks following a quake. Plasma densities took time to normalize. This pointed to a strong field or shielding effect, something that not only moved the medium but kept it displaced momentarily, like a magnetic hull. That alone would be unprecedented. Natural magnetic fields diminish quickly unless powered. This, whatever it was, seemed to carry its own envelope of energy. Such a detection could not have come at a more symbolic time. Humanity's reach into space has deepened, with probes on Mars, orbiters studying asteroids, and telescopes peering into galaxies across the universe. But Voyager remains a bridge between eras, a relic of analog exploration now making digital discoveries. The moving anomaly gave renewed purpose to its long journey. Scientists now had a reason to re-examine its data streams with greater urgency, hoping to catch another glimpse or a pattern that might reveal more about what moved out there. There's a sense of both awe and unease surrounding the detection. Awe because something moved in a realm where movement is almost mythic. Unease because its nature remains unknown. The object didn't emit radiation or signals, didn't reflect detectable light, and didn't behave like anything in known celestial catalogs. If it were a rogue probe, it would be the first non-human one ever detected. If it were a fragment of an ancient, forgotten structure, its survival in the harsh interstellar environment would be a testament to unimaginable craftsmanship. If it were a natural phenomenon, it would still force a re-evaluation of how matter behaves beyond our solar domain. The knowledge that something moved, truly moved out there has sparked a ripple through not just astrophysics but the broader human imagination. For all of Voyager's quiet decades drifting through space, this moment became a new kind of turning point. It suggested that space is not as empty as it seems, that within the vast darkness, movement still exists, hinting at purpose or origin stories that lie far beyond Earth's ken. Voyager caught it because it was there to catch it, proving again that even the oldest tools can reveal the newest mysteries. While the object has now moved out of range, beyond the arc of Voyager's sensors, its effect lingers. Scientists will be combing through old data, comparing trajectories, looking for twins or precursors to this detection. The interstellar medium, once thought placid and formless, now appears to have hidden dynamics. And somewhere out there in the cold distance, something moved. Not a planet, not a comet, but something unclassified, uncontained, and unforgettable. The message it sends back is simple. We do not yet know all there is to know about the universe. The boundaries of discovery are not tied to the newest satellites or the most advanced telescopes. Sometimes it is the quietest travelers, the Voyagers, that deliver the most profound clues. The moving anomaly may never be fully understood. It might be a lone event, a whisper of something passing briefly through our reality. But for now, it is real, and its passage through the fabric of deep space has reminded us that the cosmos is far from still. Something moved, and we were watching. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on Voyager catching something moving that's not a planet? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.